What's up guys, today I am going to be showing you 10 tips on how to become a pro at looping. Before we start, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let's get right into it. Tip number 1. Be greedy with pallets. Save the pallet for as long as you possibly can while looping. Doing this will waste a bunch of the killer's time, so your teammates can get gens done faster. Only drop the pallet if necessary. Here is an example. As you can see, I didn't even need to drop the pallet. Tip number 2. Fakes and jukes. Fakes and jukes are gonna be a crucial part of becoming good at looping. I will show you a few examples of some fakes and jukes. Let's start with jukes first. This is a juke that a lot of people use. You have to spin your character around and move your camera with it. Watch closely. This juke is good to gain some distance, but as you can see, the killer will catch on and hit you eventually. Another juke you can do is similar to the spin one. What you have to do is zigzag and then spin around the killer. This is kind of a risky juke, but if you pull it off, you can gain some distance. Now I will show you a few examples of fakes that you can do. There are window fakes and there are pallet fakes. I'll show you an example of a window fake. Now I had some pretty good distance on the killer, so I was able to make the vault, but for the sake of the video I faked the vault. You should only fake the window if you know that the killer is gonna hit you if you vault it. Now I will show you an example of a pallet fake. A pallet fake is when you run to a pallet and stand there for a second to make the killer think that you're gonna drop it, and then you run. Don't do this on noobs though, because they'll just hit you. Here is an example. Those are just a few examples of fakes, but like I said, don't do it too much because they'll catch on. Tip 3. Resource management. Resource management in general is just a very big part of the game. I see way too many people dropping pallets when they're not in chase. Or if they are in chase, they just run to every single pallet and drop it. You shouldn't go around dropping every single pallet if the killer is chasing you. Like I said in tip 1, be greedy. I understand that some pallets need to be pre-dropped in chase, but come on, not every single pallet. Tip 4. Stay calm and don't panic. Staying calm will help you make better decisions. I see way too many people panicking and making slow vaults, using flashlight mid-chase, etc. Tip 5. Learn, adapt to the killer's playstyle. What I mean by this is to test if they respect pallets, see if they fall for dagger, do they double back a lot, etc. Tip 6. Mind game the killer or be unpredictable. What I mean by this is, fake some pallet drops, but then start dropping them on the killer. Fake window vaults, but then start vaulting them. You know what I mean. Just be unpredictable. Tip 7. Know when to drop a loop. You can't just stay in one loop for the whole game, unless it's a really good one, but most of the time it's not. So if you try to stay in one loop for a very long time, you're gonna get downed or injured. Here are some signs of when you should drop a loop. 1. When the killer starts to catch up to you, especially if there's no pallets at the loop you're at. And I don't know why I typed this like there was gonna be more than one sign. Anyways, next tip. Tip 8. Watch your surroundings. This is a very important part of looping. If you're just looping the killer and you're forced to drop the pallet, and then the killer breaks it. If you're not watching your surroundings while you're looping, you're gonna have nowhere to go. This is why while you're looping, you should always be looking around for more places you can loop, or nearby pallets. And a part of watching your surroundings is watching the killer too, because if you're not constantly looking at the killer while you're looping them, if they try to mind game you, you're gonna get hit. This is why you should always have eyes on the killer. Tip 9. Hug your loops. This basically means stay as close to the loop as you can. It's better to show an example than just explaining it, so I'll show you an example right now. What you want to do is stay as close as possible to the wall or side of where you're looping. This ensures that the killer will not gain much distance on you. Just make sure not to get stuck on pallets or random objects. Tip 10. Looping builds. We all know that looping builds are one of the most important parts of looping a killer. I will show you a few looping builds that you can use right now. Build number 1, perfect landing, great collapse, time 2, grow up. Build number 2, high karma, heads up, time to grow up. Build 3, on my own, perfect landing, high karma. For the items I would recommend, bandage, flashlight, or dagger. Now that we're done with that, let's move on to the bonus tip. Bonus tip 11, break loss as much as possible. Loss stands for line of sight. What this means is break loss as much as possible. Not many people know this, but if you stop sprinting and break loss with the killer for at least seconds, chase ends and the window vault block resets. This means you can have infinite window vaults as long as you do it right. That's all for this video. If you found these tips helpful, please like and subscribe. And since I don't want this video to be under 10 minutes, I'll add some bonus clips of me looping. One way to know that you're out of chase and the vaults reset is by the music. Here is an example.